It's time for some more alpha. Today I'm going to be starting construction on a museum. I'm planning on having the classic era of Minecraft done. I need to restart the game by the end of this video, hopefully. And I'm going to be doing it in this, I'm going to be starting it in the classic terrain, just since that would be most fitting. So I'm going to be needing a build site for the museum, and I'm thinking right here is a good spot. I still need to construct a bunch of land in this area, but having the museum as a good starting point will probably help. And the reason I'm building here is because I've purposefully tried to avoid generating too much terrain in that direction, as I want to have beta terrain and later even more terrain generations past that point. So right here I'm gonna be starting some terraforming, and then I'm gonna lay out the area of the museum. This is what I have so far. I think this is going to be a sort of, what would we call? Just a front porch to the museum? Whatever. The main building will start somewhere around here for the classic era. And then, here, I'm gonna have like the first few blocks added to the game. So on the wiki, it separates the eras of classic into early, was it pre-classic? And this is where all this stuff comes in. And then there's classic, what is it? Multiplayer tests, so on. Bunch of different eras throughout classic. But the problem here we have is the sapling. It's placed right here, and if we don't do anything about it, it'll grow. So I've placed some wool above the sapling and all the other blocks, and that'll prevent the sapling from growing. And also, I'll be able to place a sign on top of the wool stating the version that these blocks were added in. But I think it's time that I start working on the actual museum now. We've got the pre-classic era done, but we need to do the museum next. Alright, I had to go back to grab some more blocks, and the game's still having some hitching. But anyway, I'm gonna be starting here. I'm gonna be building off to the side. Come on. There. There's no shifting, so it's kind of hard to place these blocks. Going off to the side, and I'm gonna be doing 4 blocks for a window, and then 2 in the corners. And this museum is basically gonna be it's basically gonna be a massive road going in that direction. Okay, now we have this sort of angled shape here. I'm gonna replicate that on the other side. And this will be the side wall for the museum. It'll be pretty wide, but I'm gonna have all the items in each update kind of lined up side to side, so I kind of need all the space I can get. Of course, without being too ridiculous. So I've mirrored the progress that I've made onto this side, and now I'm gonna be... Yeah, this is 3 blocks. Going up. I think this is a good height. I'm gonna be doing sort of a roof, kind of. I'm gonna have something like this. Where it's not, there's not gonna be a roof, but there's gonna be, there's just gonna be walls. Now I'll continue this over here. I wasn't paying attention to where I was. Okay. Yeah, and that's the roof design I'm gonna be using. I need to torch this up temporarily just so mobs don't spawn. Alright, can't MLG water. And it looks kind of bad because of the torch, but it'll look okay after it's complete. Anyway, I've gotten the basic design done, and I think I'm going to be doing a live stream where I start filling in the interior, because that's just going to be a lot of block placement without much thought. So that was a successful stream, and by successful I mean I built this museum, and I'm gonna go up here. Firstly, I now have a sign saying turn down render distance. Very important. I don't want to load any more chunks past this point, as I want more terrain to generate in beta. But I now have a bit of a road going down here, and the museum is going to be sort of more like a road cutting through all the different terrain generations and so on. And right here I've got pedestals for all the blocks added in Classic so far. And right now I'm going with a design of slabs around the glass and then the block on top of the glass, just like how I have down here. I've also got some trees planted. This one better be 4 high, like 4 blocks of wood, because then I won't have to grow anymore. I should have placed dirt to the side and then grew a tree there. Right here, this is where mobs are added, and since it's going to be a long time before I'm able to collect mobs in here, I'm going to be using glass panes around here for mob cages. Now if I continue over here, this is where it ends, and this is where InDev will start. So I'm going to be having another exterior area, and I'm going to be having a similar entrance to what I have on that side right here. So I have all the blocks that I've collected for the museum now, and I'm going to be going left to right. Oh, that grew in the wrong place. I'm going to be going from left to right, from lowest ID to highest ID for each of the updates. Or just additions. However, I'm immediately going to be starting off with an exception, with lava and water and bedrock. I think it's lava, water, and then bedrock. However, actually I think it's bedrock, lava, then water. However, I'm going to be doing this just to have the bedrock centered, because there is a way to obtain bedrock, but it's, or at least there's a way that I know of, but it's not going to be happening for a long time. Next up is sand, gravel, gold ore, iron ore, coal ore, which I can't obtain yet, an oak log, and the tree finally grew, so oak leaves. Next up is sponge and then glass. Sponge is not going to be obtainable for a long time. Next up is the 16 different colors of wool, which the only one surviving now is white. Next up we have flowers. Mushrooms. Oh, I can actually place them. They're going to get destroyed by the sunlight. And then gold. I need to experiment with light levels for these mushrooms. And finally, for the last of the blocks, I have the stone slab, TNT, iron block, bookshelf, bricks, obsidian, and moss stone. And, oh, god, I've just fallen. Most of those blocks, actually, just the bookshelves and the... Well, bookshelves, bricks, and obsidian and moss stone were unobtainable for a while. Now that I've got all the blocks placed, I'm gonna start finishing up the floors and the walls for this place, and then after that I'll start finishing up with signs. So I've been mining to gather more resources for the museum, and I've struck blue gold. Unfortunately, this is only a vein of 16, so it's like the worst vein I could possibly get. But still, I'm not going to complain. So I've filled in the rest of the museum floor. And next up I need to do the walls, like those over there. Need to figure out what I'm going to do here, if I'm just going to keep it straight or if I'm going to end it or something. But I've got these areas over here just to be kind of symmetrical over there, but also this is about where survival test starts. It's a bit further behind, but I think I'll do a bit of something here. Now, I was thinking of like some sort of way to showcase survival, but that would involve like I was thinking like a crafting table or a furnace or something. But those didn't exactly exist yet, so I don't feel like I should do them. But what I did have was ores to mine. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, this is safe, yeah. After fiddling around with it, I think I'm liking this. I have a lot more gold on this side and a lot more iron on this side. And I've also got some hidden lighting. Unfortunately, the lighting doesn't protect these spots from spawning. So I think I'll have to have torches on the side there. Anyway, I need to now start doing the walls. And I'm gonna be having some windows. Whoops. Come on, game. There. It's lagging a fair bit, so it might make the footage a bit jittery. I noticed that in the last video. But I think it's time to start doing the walls. I have done it. I have walked into the lava. My score was, something. Let's see how much stuff I lost there. Go medium render distance. Okay, let's see what's left in there. If there's even anything. There's the pants, slabs. Oh yes, the glass, that's good. The diamond swords knight. I think almost just about everything survived, actually. The armor took a lot of damage. And that's what I get for watching a video while trying to look at which type of window to use. Originally, I had these windows 5 wide, but they're not looking good. So now it's starting to become a toss-up between 4 wide, and I'm gonna try out 3 wide. Which, I guess is pretty much the same as this, just, like that. And 3 wide doesn't exactly work the best. Like right there, just because it doesn't really fill enough space, but at the ends here I could try and fit in another 3 wide window. But the other option would be a 4 wide, which would basically be the same as these windows, or like same gap between the windows as this, but it'll actually fill this area with to be 3 wide, which I'm kind of thinking might be a good idea, just since those windows are kind of rounded. Those ones are a little sharp, and also the 4 wide just fill a tiny bit more space. So I've gotten all the signs placed on the wall now. Cave Game Tech Test, here with the cobblestone and grass. And then, I don't know what the naming scheme for these versions are, but It's a series of numbers that doesn't seem to make sense. We got 0.12a with lava, water, bedrock. 0.14a with all these things. 0.19a. 0.020a. I'm missing out on the zeros on the other ones. And then 0.2 for survival test. And so on. However, while getting the dates down, I realized that I didn't actually have the date for 0.28. Wait. Yeah, 0.27. Oh, these were only like 3 days apart. And while researching the date, I found out originally I had sheep written down as a 0.30 edition, when they were actually 0.28 with obsidian, which was originally here, which unfortunately I have to move this TNT. I also had to move this bookshelf, which this is no longer the original bookshelf. What a shame. Having trouble with mouse buttons. So I need to get rid of this TNT. That's gonna cause it to flow. I want to get rid of this in a way where it won't blow stuff up. There we go. We no longer have the original TNT in this world, but we have a replacement. Now the museum should be complete. Pretty much. Next up I have the Indev Museum. And I think I'm gonna be waiting a while before I start work on that. Just given how far I'll be traveling with it and how close I'll be cutting it to the terrain border. So it might not be until after the Halloween update where I start it, but I might still start it before. Somehow I've managed to go through the entire construction of this thing without mentioning a single time about the TNT being a massive hazard.